Could we have the next slide, please? So yeah, I think it's when I realized that we're all the same person trying to shake hands with ourselves. The interconnectedness of stuff. And that's what I try and teach the kids at camp also. That, you know, it's important to know where the water is coming from and where it goes and, you know, what everything is made of and who the birds are. Crosby was a naughty boy, but he was my favorite bird. Of course, that's not including Graham Parsons. Never Miles. Miles says, how naughty could you still writing them poems about me, mother bleeper?
Hey, could you read us a poem? Could you say a poem for us?
Let's do the final poem from my second book. It's called Joe's Song. The book is called Song of Alive. And an amazing thing that they actually teach this poem in the poetry class at the University of California in Berkeley. I just found that out, so I'm kind of touched and seeing I'm gonna do it now. I felt kind of ego-y saying that, but it is kind of a big deal for me. Anyhow, once upon and ever since I was a child in a child's world, I have wept a child's tears and built a child's wall of clay and stone and colored years, of poems in paint and virgin gold. I sought to build a wall so tall of lion eggs from Galilee, a brick of song among the dregs of silver nails and lesser men, a mile long to kiss the sun and climb again. Once ago and ever now, I stood a man on a child's wall. I stopped and prayed to spider webs and roses of the sea. I spoke as one with all the earth and knew the pain of birth and death to be the same without my wall. Once upon and ever furled, I stand alone with all the world. Today the sun shall learn to pray, tonight the moon must mark a tomb, and yet the sky will never die. I just added that little bit on at the end.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Is that an instrument?
Well, yeah, it's a copy of an Indian instrument. It's a children's copy. But when my son was 13, he said, "Don't worry, Dad, you'll never be a grown-up." Defining moment. Well, there's always basic human needs. That was pretty darn defining. The song was written totally out of body. I can't believe I was in any shape to write it. I was below 100 pounds, and it just occurred. And started dancing around later in my life, and now wherever I go, people sing this song with me. It goes like this. Well, first I gotta say, years and years driving around in these crazy painted buses, and we'd ask people, "Hey, where's it at?" And this is my version, and check out that guy in the next city over there, and check out their versions. Rum, 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 give us your version. Rum, 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 your version. And it's like taking a candle and sticking it between two mirrors. You get an arc of lights that stretches to infinity. And this song is that arc of lights. Yes, if I said to the mirror the other morning, it's all done with people, that arc of lights. And wouldn't it be neat if the people that you meet had shoes upon their feet and something to eat? And wouldn't it be fine now if all humankind had shelter? Basic human needs, basic human deeds, doing what comes naturally. Down in the garden where no one is apart. Deep down in the garden of your heart. And wouldn't it be grand if we all lent a hand so each one could stand on a free piece of land? And wouldn't it be thrilling if folks stopped their killing and started in tilling the land? Basic human needs, basic human needs, basic human deeds, doing what comes naturally. Down in the garden where no one is apart. Deep down in the garden of your heart. Not just churches, not just steeples. Give me peoples, helping peoples. Help yourself and work out till the stars begin to shout. Thank God for something to do. Basic human needs, basic human deeds, doing what comes naturally. Down in the garden where no one is apart. Deep down in the garden of your heart. I wrote this verse for the Seva Foundation. And wouldn't it? Could we have the next slide, please? What a great day it would be if everyone could see, if no one was blind unnecessarily, 'cause it's hard. Yes, it's hard to be blind and disabled. Basic human needs. Come on. Basic human needs. Basic human deeds. Doing what comes naturally. Down in the garden where no one is apart. Deep down in the garden of your heart. Last verse. And wouldn't it be daring if folks started sharing instead of comparing what each other was wearing? And wouldn't it be swell if people didn't sell their Mother Earth? Basic human needs. Last time with gusto. Basic human needs. Basic human deeds. Doing what comes naturally. Down in the garden where no one is apart. Deep down in the garden of your